How many countries are currently members of the United Nations? 193. A gold ring is 58.33% pure, its purity can be alternatively shown as 14 karat. Which one of the following is not a member of the Quad group of nations? France. Which of the following lenses are used in the microscope? Convex lens. The Nobel Prize was awarded for the first time in 1901. Channel Tunnel is an undersea rail tunnel that links England and France. 1 nautical mile is equal to 1,852 meters. Copyright Day is celebrated on April 23rd. Currently, how many countries are the members of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO? 32. Buddhism is the world's fourth largest religion. It is believed to have originated in India. Which city is called the Silicon Valley of India? Bangalore. Which is the first electronic stock market in the world? National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotation System, NASDAQ. Who is the youngest billionaire in India as of 2023? Nikhil Kamath. The word Satyam in the state emblem adopted by the government of India have been taken from which Upanishad? Mundaka Upanishad. Where are the Bermuda Islands located? North Atlantic Ocean. Find the next one in the series, A2, D8, G14, J20, M26. A container contains 40 liters of milk. From this container, 4 liters of milk was taken and replaced by water. This process was repeated for 2 times. How much milk is now contained in the container? 29.16 liters. How many straight lines are there in this figure? 12. A, B, and C, D are playing Ludo. A, C, and B, D are partners. D is to the right of C. If C is facing east, then B is facing which direction? South. In a certain code, 786 means study very hard. 958 means hard work pays. 645 means study and work. Which of the following is the code for very? 7. A is the wife of B, and B is the brother of C. C is the son of D, who is the father of E. Then how is D related to A? Father-in-law. If A means plus, B means minus, C means division, and D means multiplication, then find the correct answer of the following: 18A, 12C, 6D, 2B, 5, 17. Seismography relates to earthquakes. Extensometer relates to strains. A virtual image larger than the object can be produced by concave mirror. A clock gains 5 seconds for every 3 minutes. If the clock started working at 7 a.m. in the morning, then what will be the time in the wrong clock at 4 p.m. on the same day? 4:15 p.m. How many times are the hands of a clock at right angles in a full day? 44. The first day of the year 2023 was Sunday. What will be the last day of the year 2026? Thursday. What will happen if diameter of artery is reduced? Blood pressure will increase. Arrange the following in a logical order: 1 euphoria, 2 happiness, 3 ambivalence, 4 ecstasy, 5 pleasure, 3, 2, 5, 1, 4. A man walks 5 kilometers towards south and then turns to the right. After walking 3 kilometers, he turns to the left and walks 5 kilometers. Now in which direction is he from the starting place? Southwest. Which of the following represents the absolute zero temperature? Minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. Which port in India is said to be the first green hydrogen hub port? Tuticorin Port. Which state government issued guidelines for elimination of corporal punishment at schools in 2024? Tamil Nadu. S. Vijayalakshmi is famous for which of the following games or sports? Chess. The first wicketkeeper to record 300 dismissals in T20 cricket is MS Dhoni. Which location has been declared as the 8th wonder of the world in 2023? Angkor Wat. Which country will host the 2026 Winter Olympic Games? Italy. The theme of the Ministry of Culture tableau that secured the first prize at the Republic Day Celebration Parade 2024 is India, Mother of Democracy. Former Indian Revenue Officer has been re-elected as India's nominee to the Vienna-based International Narcotics Control Board. Jagjit Pavadia. Which public sector enterprise was granted Navratna status? IREDA. Where did GITEX Global 2023, the world's largest technology and startup show, take place? Dubai. Who has been honored with France's highest civilian award, the Chevalier de la Légion d'Honneur, in 2024? Shashi Tharoor. Flipkart has launched its own unified payments interface services in collaboration with Axis Bank. In 2024, which organization collaborated with the Election Commission of India to provide authoritative information on voting processes? Google. Where was the first child-friendly police station inaugurated? Maharashtra. Who is the founder member of Hastio Aranya Bakayo Sangharsh Samita? Alok Shukla. Who is the first woman vice-chancellor of Aligarh University? Naeema Khatun. Where was India's first digital National Museum of Epigraphy inaugurated? Hyderabad. Which of the following is the closest to the meaning of silviculture? Forest development. The Gautam Buddha Wildlife Sanctuary is located in which of the following states? Bihar and Jharkhand. Where is the Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute located? Kochi. Which of the following monsoons account for most of the rainfall in India? Southwest monsoon. Which Indian city is known as the Manchester of South India? Coimbatore. Which country has become the member of NATO in 2024? Sweden. Which village in Telangana has been recognized as the best tourism village 2023 by the Ministry of Tourism? Pembarthia. Which Indian athlete has won a medal at the 2023 World Athletics Championships? Neeraj Chopra. The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, has imposed restrictions on which payment bank on January 31, 2024? Paytm Payment Bank. Recently, the Government of India has declared which airport as an international airport in 2023? Surat Airport. Krishnarajasagara Dam is a gravity dam, located in which state? Karnataka. Which airline launched India's first Airbus A350 aircraft as part of its fleet? Air India. Protection against double jeopardy is guaranteed under which provisions of Indian Constitution? Article 22. By lawmaking power granted to the executive by the legislature is called delegated legislation. Who is responsible for the introduction of public interest litigation in India? Justice P. N. Bhugbuddy. Who propounded the doctrine rule of law? A. B. Dicey. Theft of another person's writings/ideas and passing them off as one's own is known as plagiarism. What is known as the charter of a company? Memorandum of association. What is the maximum number of partners permissible for a partnership firm in India? 50. An all-women committee headed by retired Justice Geeta Mittal was constituted by the Supreme Court to examine issues relating to Manipur crisis. Which is the oldest code of law in India? Manusmriti. Meaning of the Latin maxim ubi remedium ibi jus is, where there is remedy there is right. The first Indian elected to the Parliament of Great Britain was Dadabhai Naoroji. Under the Indian law, right to information is available to citizens of India. Complete the Latin maxim, actus non nisi mens sit auriae, facit reum. Damages awarded for tortious acts are in the form of unliquidated damages. Is a transfer of ownership in a property, for a price that is partly paid and partly promised. Sale. International Labour Organization is one of the oldest organizations, established in the year 1919. Which writ can be issued when the appointment is contrary to the statutory provisions? Quo warranto. Ryland vs. Fletcher case was decided in which year? 1868. A borrows 20,000 rupees from B and keeps his golden watch as security for the payment of the debt. It is called as pledge. Digital signatures are created and verified by using cryptography. A testamentary document is denoted as will. When was the Mediation Act enacted in India? September 14, 2023. Mubarak under Muslim personal law means divorce by mutual consent of husband and wife. Quasi-contracts are based on the principle of equity and fairness. Katrai v. State of Bihar case relates to free legal aid. The offenses that can be compromised by the parties are referred to as compoundable offenses. In which article of the Indian Constitution, it is mentioned that India means India, that is Bharat is a union of states? Article 1. Where was the first family court established in India? Rajasthan. The term taking cognizance under the provisions of the Criminal Procedure Code, 1973 means taking notice of the matter judicially. Which of the following is not entitled for protection as an intellectual property? Mathematical formula. The Commission recommended the constitution of a permanent interstate council for coordinating among states and the Union. Sarkaria Commission. International Criminal Court was established in the year 1998. Full form of UNCITRAL is United Nations Commission on International Trade Law. Amounts to contempt of court. Deliberate non-compliance of the court order. Which of the following is a non-compoundable offense? Murder. When a person is disqualified for enrollment as an advocate. When he is convicted in a case relating to untouchability. A person commits bigamy, if he marries again when his first wife is alive. A agrees to sell his car to B for 1 lakh rupees. Before delivery of car, A met with an accident and the car got completely destroyed. The contract gets discharged by doctrine of frustration. Liburhan Commission was associated with Babri Masjid demolition. What type of cases may be brought before Lok Adalat? Motor vehicle accident cases. The nomination of Anglo-Indians to the Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies has been abolished by which Constitutional Amendment Act? 104th. A rule under international law which binds all states and does not have any exceptions is Jus cogens rule. Probation of Offenders Act is applicable to convicted persons. Which of the following countries is not a part of BRICS? Sri Lanka. Surrogate mother means one who lends her womb to another. The theory of laissez-faire was developed by Adam Smith. Betting on sports is a organized crime. Who is the present Central Vigilance Commissioner of India, appointed on February 9, 2024? A.S. Rajiv. Which is the newly recognized offense under the Indian Penal Code? Acid attack. Which commission among the following has been abolished? Planning Commission. Which of the following is the real source of the Constitution of India? The people. Which part of the Indian Constitution is fundamental in the governance of the country? Directive Principles of State Policy. Whether fundamental rights and fundamental duties can be enforced by invoking writ jurisdiction. Only fundamental rights are enforceable. All judicial authorities directly or indirectly derive their powers from Constitution of India. Which of the following statements is true? Fundamental rights are not absolute, they have reasonable restrictions. Is the nodal agency for protection of environment and promotion of environmental policies in India the Ministry of Environment, Forest, and Climate Change. The gases discharged from air conditioners and refrigerators results in depletion of ozone layer. What made it necessary for the government of India to enact a comprehensive environmental legislation? Bhopal gas tragedy. Which of the following has not contributed to environmental degradation? Unemployment is a combination of living and non-living things and their mutual interaction with each other. Ecosystem.